Boy, the effect of these unwanted surgeries. I cannot imagine. I know that's sort of part of the custody now going to the father, who seems to love and care for him. So I'm happy that there's a happy ending here for him. But part of it is also psychological therapy, because doctors, you know, there's going to be physical wounds. Clearly with these surgeries, anybody who goes through these kind of surgeries, it doesn't matter if you're super healthy, but if you're a young child, that's a lot of trauma to the body. What about the emotional trauma too, doctor?
Absolutely, and the emotional trauma for this young boy is that he's learned how to be helpless, and he's learned to need people and not believe in himself. So the road ahead of him is to really build himself, learn that he isn't as helpless as he's been taught to be, and in a better, much better way for this child. Kids heal really well, and they're very resilient. So I think if they really address these issues for him and give him the help that he needs, within a year or so, you're going to see a huge change in this boy.
Yeah, let's hope so, certainly. He deserves the best. Let's go to Alex Sanchez, defense attorney. In the middle of all this, too, also, Alex, you heard where I was going. First of all, what is up with the doctors? I mean, you could make a case that this poor boy has gone through trauma. I would like to know what kind of medical professionals.
Thank God, after 325 visits and 13 surgeries, somebody began to ask questions. Hey, wait a minute. What's going on?
Right.
But, you know, the primary question in this case is, was she intentionally committing some type of a fraud?
Well, you heard, that's where I was going to.
Right.
What did she confess to? We don't know. Did she confess, yes, I know I was lying, or they finally realized that she's got some enormous psychological issue and is not coherent?
More likely than not, from what I'm seeing, more likely than not, she probably has some deep-seated psychological problems.
You think?
Which she, engaged in this type of behavior. And unfortunately, this particular condition is very unknown. There's not much known about it, and there's very little treatment for it, because the people that suffer from it do not cooperate with doctors.
Well, that's why the backstop has to be the doctors, because as you point out, to have 323 visits, somebody bells should have been going off in the medical community. Could someone in the medical community even be held liable if there's injuries to this child as a result?
Isn't things computerized this day? You go to one doctor or prescriptions, and doesn't one surgeon demand records from prior surgeons? And why are they giving feeding tubes and opening up the body and examining the body without properly investigating this? Somebody's negligence somewhere.
And the other thing too, she put up these sites asking GoFundMe pages saying, look, my boy has cancer, please help. What about the money? What happens to those things right now? The money that came in for this poor child.
Again, if she did this with the express intention of committing a fraud, she'd go to jail. But something tells me her mind is so distorted that wasn't really her primary objective. Her primary objective was probably, in her own mind, to raise money to help a child, but it was obviously distorted thinking.
Sure was, and thank God they finally cracked down on her. Thank God. Everybody, a New Mexico mom has been arrested for aggravated DWI, and cops say that she was topless and covered in blood when they found her behind the wheel, and her child was freezing in the back seat. The details are straight ahead.